The other thing I want to ask you is that you're talking about the BBI. I am of the firm opinion, personally myself, this is an interactive debate usually, and this is how we conduct it. I'm of the firm opinion that we need a referendum, we need a BBI. We need a re-engineering of the power formula in the country to have a parliamentary system that essentially has power or authority with responsibility. Right now we have the man who sits in the house on the hill has power, authority, but there's no responsibility. He's not accountable to anybody. You see what I mean?
Sure.
He's only accountable to Kenyans after 5 years. So we need a prime minister as the head of government, and a ceremonial president as basically the head of state, which is ceremonial in every sense of the word. Somebody who's going to be elected by who's going to be the choice of the party with the highest numbers in there. And ordinarily we will have to pick it from academia, you know, a man of somebody who has a unifying outlook. Why do you think, in your opinion, we also need a prime minister? Do we need a prime minister because you have somebody in mind? Or you think it is, because you told me you're supporting the BBI, you think it's good for the country?
Now, Nini, you know, we cannot underestimate the brains of those ones who have come up with this BBI.
Yes.
We cannot. If we do that, we'll be cheating ourselves. Those are people of integrity who came together, were appointed by the president, came together,
and the opposition leader,
and the opposition leader. They went around the country. They collected the views from Kenyans, and I've got no issues with the position of a prime minister.
You think it's better than having the way we have the system right now? It's going to put in more impetus on service delivery for the common man, you think?
You know, if we have the position of the prime minister, and that prime minister is empowered by the constitution.
Yes. He'll be the head of the government.
Yes, that person will help this country.
So do you think the prime minister will be a hands-on person, basically, who will be in a position to relate directly, because he's there?
Yes.
And he's accountable to Parliament on the floor of the House.
Yes.
So he has to answer questions on the floor of the House.
He has to answer questions on the floor of the House.
Yes, yes.
But when he is answering those questions on the floor of the House, you know, the majority of the decisions come from the county, from the developed units.
For certain ministries, it is only regulatory, very little outside regulatory left for central government.
Yeah.
But that regulatory element of it, or the regulatory aspect of it, is in your opinion not being very well performed by the ministers.
No, they are
at the center.
They're not.
And they're not accountable to anybody. They cannot come to the floor of the House.
No, they can.
And be questioned on some of these things.
Yeah. And even
I can see how you're putting it. Yes, I can see how you put it. And that also means that you will have to appoint ministers from members of parliament.
Yeah, somebody who has been elected by Wananchi, and is accountable to the same people.
Yes, and on the floor also.
Yes, on the floor.
Both at the constituency level and on the floor of the House.
Yes. Otherwise, when somebody has just been appointed by the president
from the private sector. By the way, I don't even know how most of them look like. When you appoint them from the private sector, I have to keep on. Whenever I have to ask who's the minister for this, and you easily forget them because you don't see them there.
Ask Kenyans, they even don't know that.
They don't know them. Yes, and these are the people who are responsible.
Perhaps they will talk about Matiang'i.
Yes. And because of the hyper, and Magoha, of course,
and the Magoha, because they are vocal.
Yes, and Amina Mohammed, because
perhaps they might talk about Kiunjuri because he has been sacked.
Yeah, that's the Amina Mohammed, Munya because he was a former governor.
Yes, Munya was a former governor.
The rest of them, you have to struggle to even remember their names.
Yes, and now people start talking about the Minister of Agriculture because of the locusts.
Yes, yes.
They have invaded this country.
They came all the way from northern Kenya.
Yes.
And now they have come into the breadbasket of the country.
Yes.